Namaskar everyone. I hope you all are doing well and ready to embark on a fascinating journey towards Vastu Shastra and its geographical principle. Let's explore. In today's lecture, we aim to understand Vastu Shastra not merely as an ancient tradition but as a spatial science deeply connected to geography and environmental balance. First, we will explore the foundational ideas that make Vastu a system of spatial planning rooted in harmony with nature. Then we will identify the key geographical principles it embodies, like orientation, landform, and the five elements which are still surprisingly relevant. Through selected historical and modern examples, we will examine how these principles have shaped cities and buildings both in ancient times and today. Finally, we will look at how Vastu can be integrated with modern planning tools like GIS to create urban environments that are not only efficient and sustainable but also culturally resonant and ecologically sensitive. Vastu Shastra, derived from the Sanskrit word Vastu, meaning dwelling, and Shastra, meaning science, is an ancient Indian system of architecture that seeks to create harmony between human dwellings and the natural environment. It is based on principles that align the physical and spiritual aspects of space, ensuring that buildings and cities are in tune with cosmic forces, including the five elements earth, water, fire, air, and space. Today, in our modern world, we often face challenges like urban chaos, environmental degradation, and even rising mental stress, all of which Vastu Shastra aims to address. By incorporating these ancient principles, we can design spaces that promote well being, mental clarity, and even ecological balance. It makes it highly relevant for contemporary urban planning. Now we will see the historical background of Vastu Shastra. Vastu Shastra is not just an architectural guide. It is deeply rooted in ancient Indian cosmology, offering a framework that aligns human spaces with the forces of nature and the universe. Its principles have been passed down through classical texts like the Mansara, Mayamata, and Brihat Samhita, which were written centuries ago but continue to influence architectural practices even today. These texts offer comprehensive insights into the design of everything from temples and homes to entire city layouts. In ancient India, cities like Jaipur were meticulously planned with Vastu Shastra principles, ensuring that each sector, road, and buildings was aligned with cardinal directions, maximizing not only physical space but also the flow of energy. The influence of Vastu was also deeply tied to spiritual beliefs as the principles were thought to enhance harmony, prosperity, and the well being of inhabitants. In today's world, these ancient practices are finding new relevance as we look for solutions to problems like urban sprawl, environmental imbalances, and the disconnect many of us feel from nature. Now we will see the core geographical principles in Vastu. In Vastu Shastra, orientation plays a crucial role as it is believed that the alignment of buildings with the cardinal directions can significantly impact the health, prosperity, and overall well being of its inhabitants. For instance, the East is considered highly auspicious and is associated with health and prosperity, while the North is linked to wealth and abundance. In contrast, the South and West directions are seen as less favorable and are often associated with restricted or careful uses, such as storage areas. And now, when it comes to topography, Vastu principle suggests that the land should ideally have a gentle slope towards the north or east, ensuring the flow of positive energy, while areas that are depressed in south or southwest should be avoided, as they can lead to negative energy accumulation. Similarly, the placement of water sources like ponds, wells, and fountains is highly significant in Vastu. The northeast is the preferred direction for water bodies, aligning with both the hydrological principles of water flow and the spiritual significance of balancing the five elements in the environment. Now we will see the Panch Mahabhutas and spatial planning. It is one of the most fundamental aspects of Vastu Shastra because its connection to the Panch Mahabhuta is really important, which form the basis for the design and arrangement of spaces. Each element has its own spatial significance, directly impacting the environment and well being of the inhabitants. The element of Bhumi represents stability, which is why plot selection is crucial. Now, a site that is flat and firm will provide a sense of grounding and security. Jal, on the other hand, signifies flow and vitality. Hence, the placement of water sources like wells, ponds, or even drainage system is strategically important to maintain a balanced flow of energy. Now, Agni, the element of energy, is ideally placed in the southeast, where it powers the kitchen, the heart of the home. Similarly, Vayu symbolizes movement and its proper circulation is essential for healthy living, which is why windows and ventilators are recommended in the northeast to allow natural ventilation. Lastly, the Akash represents openness and expansiveness. Hence, the need for central courtyards or open areas within a building to enhance the sense of space and light. These principles demonstrate Vastu's ecological sensitivity, recognizing how the natural environment like climate, terrain, and resources should shape the built environment. Now we will understand the concept of Vastu Purush Mandal. As we had discussed in the previous lectures also, we will see the mythological foundation of Vastu Shastra, which is encapsulated in the concept of Vastu Purush Mandal, which is again essentially a sacred geometric grid used for spatial planning. The Vastu Purush, or the spirit of the site, lies on the ground, and the grid is designed to harness and direct the energies that flow through the space. This grid typically follows a 9 by 9 or 8 by 8 square format, where each square or zone has specific attributes and functions. And these zones are aligned with the cardinal directions, ensuring that energy flows harmoniously within the structure. This setup closely mirrors the principles of energy zoning seen in modern urban planning even, where different areas are designated for specific functions. for example, residential, commercial, or recreational, it all based on their suitability to the overall energy flow and the environmental conditions. So, this alignment of built space with the surrounding geography and its inherent energy flow not only promotes balance but also brings prosperity. Much like how urban planning today uses zoning laws to organize spaces for optimal functionality and well being. Now we will try to understand the case of ancient Indian planning with the example of Jaipur. One of the most notable examples of Vastu Shastra in practice is the city of Jaipur, which was founded in 1727 AD by Maharaja Jai Singh II. The city was meticulously planned using a grid layout that was aligned with the cardinal directions, reflecting the principles of Vastu Shastra. And Jaipur's design incorporated sector-based zoning with different areas designated for specific functions such as residential, commercial, and public spaces. Central to the layout were public squares and integrated water structures like stepwells and ponds, ensuring both functional utility and spiritual harmony. The careful arrangement of spaces in Jaipur illustrates a perfect balance of form, function, and spirituality, with each element designed to enhance the well being of its inhabitant while also respecting the cosmic energies. And the design of Jaipur, like other traditional urban plans, emphasizes how ancient wisdom in spatial planning can create urban environments that are sustainable, spiritually uplifting, and in sync with the natural world. Now we will see its relevance in modern urban planning. In modern urban planning, there is growing recognition of importance of sustainable design. And many principles of Vastu Shastra can be applied to mitigate environmental challenges. For instance, zoning codes and orientation in modern cities are often influenced by the ancient practice of aligning buildings to the cardinal directions, ensuring that they harness natural resources efficiently. One notable application is in urban heat mitigations. Vastu's emphasis on natural airflow, particularly through the air element, can help reduce reliance on artificial cooling systems. In cities, strategic placement of open spaces, much like the Brahmasthan in traditional buildings, acts as a central zone that encourages airflow and creates cooling microclimates. Additionally, modern drainage and slope management practices can draw from Vastu's ancient guidelines, which recommended positioning water bodies in specific directions to ensure effective water flow and prevent flooding. By integrating these principles, urban planning can not only create functional spaces but also contribute to healthier and more sustainable environments. Now, a prime example of Vastu Shastra being integrated into modern architecture is the Infosys Mysore campus, where sustainable design principles align with traditional Vastu guidelines. The campus incorporates elements of Vastu Shastra by considering the layout, orientation, and use of space to enhance energy flow. It creates a sense of harmony and bring well-being among its employees. Similarly, residential layouts in cities like the National Capital Regions or NCR and Bangalore are increasingly being planned with Vastu principles in mind. Developers are now incorporating aspects of Vastu Shastra to meet the growing demand of Vastu compliant housing, believing that homes designed according to these principles can not only improve the health and prosperity but also the overall satisfaction for their occupants. Now, this shift towards Vastu compliant real estate reflects a growing awareness of the intersection between traditional wisdom and modern architectural practices. It highlights how these age old principles are being revitalized to cater to contemporary needs for balanced and harmonious living spaces. Now we will see the GIS and Vastu integration. With the advancement of modern technology, tools like geographical information system and remote sensing have revolutionized the way we analyze and apply the principles of Vastu Shastra. GIS allows urban planners and architects to study and visualize critical geographical factors such as slope, direction, and sun path, which are fundamental to Vastu. By digitally mapping these elements, planners can ensure that buildings and structures are oriented in harmony with natural forces, just as traditional Vastu principles suggest. Additionally, digital Vastu maps are being created for more precise land use planning, helping in the strategic placement of buildings, roads, and water systems to maintain a balanced flow of energy. Now, in the context of smart city projects, these tools are being integrated to promote culturally sensitive design, ensuring that new developments respect local traditions and environmental factors. Now, by combining Vastu's ancient wisdom with modern technological tools, cities can embrace both sustainability and cultural heritage in their urban design. Now, we will see the critiques and challenges of it. While the integration of Vastu Shastra into modern urban planning numerous benefits, there are some challenges that need to be addressed. One of the primary concern is that rigid interpretation of Vastu principles can conflict with the demands of urban density. As cities grow and the need for more housing and infrastructure increases, strictly adhering to traditional Vastu guidelines can limit the flexibility required for efficient use of space. Additionally, scientific scrutiny of Vastu principles has raised questions about their effectiveness as they often lack empirical evidence and standardized methods of application. This results in challenges in universally applying Vastu in diverse urban contexts. Therefore, a balance between tradition and functionality is essential. While it is important to respect and preserve cultural, spiritual aspects of Vastu, modern urban planning must also accommodate practical consideration such as space efficiency, technological integration, and sustainable design practices. The future of urban planning lies in the integration of Vastu Shastra with modern disciplines such as geography, climatology, and planning tools. By combining Vastu's ancient wisdom with modern technologies like GIS, climatology, and remote sensing, we can create urban spaces that are not only efficient but also environmentally and culturally sensitive. This integration promotes culturally rooted sustainability where urban designs are aligned with natural elements and respect traditional knowledge. Furthermore, by involving communities in the design process and encouraging citizen participation, we can ensure that urban spaces reflect both modern needs and cultural heritage. This culturally informed design bring forward a sense of connection to the land and its history, which promotes not only the well-being but also the harmony within the urban environments. So, the fusion of traditional knowledge with modern planning tools provides a path for creating cities that are both sustainable and deeply rooted in their cultural and ecological context. Now, Vastu Shastra is far more than just a belief system. It is a repository of geographical intelligence that offers valuable insights into creating spaces that are in tune with the natural world. The principles of Vastu also offer important lessons in climatic responsiveness, effective zoning, and bringing harmony with nature. So, by incorporating elements such as orientation, topography, and the strategic use of the five elements, Vastu provides a holistic framework for designing spaces that not only optimize energy flow but also enhance the well being of the inhabitants. In today's context, it serves as a bridge between traditional wisdom and smart urbanism. It shows how ancient knowledge can inform and improve a modern urban planning. By blending Vastu's time tested principles with modern tools and technologies, we can create cities that are not only functional but also sustainable, culturally rooted, and even deeply connected to the natural environment. Now, you must think about Vastu Shastra role in enhancing emotional and environmental well being in cities. Thank you.